Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite review. Dynamite tonight was from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, and it was Blood and Guts tonight. The Blood and Guts match was the main event, and I just finished my live stream of me reacting to the Blood and Guts match, which the Blood and Guts match was fucking awesome. It was incredible. It was much better than last year's Blood and Guts. And it lived up to everything that it was going to be. Very bloody. There was thumbtacks used, kendo sticks, chairs. They were bloodied up. And the camera work was great. The visuals, awesome. This year's Blood and Guts match is going to be remembered for years to come, in my opinion, and it's going to go down as one of the greatest main events on TV in professional wrestling. But great, awesome, incredible match the Blood and Guts match was. Check out my live stream video that I did if you guys haven't seen it. 56 minutes long, and it was a very entertaining match. And the crowd there in Detroit was great. They were alive for the 2 hours of the show. They loved everything in that Blood and Guts match. But also tonight on Dynamite, we had Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. Luchasaurus ended up turning heel tonight. Luchasaurus had this new entrance where it's flames coming out, and he wore all black. Kind of reminded me of Kane. So he came out and he faced Serpentico. And then we had Danhausen and FTR, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. They ended up taking on the Gunn Club, Austin and Colton, and Max Caster. Jade Cargill was in action. She defended the TBS Championship against Leila Gray. And we got a third member for the Baddies. Since Red Velvet is out with an injury. So this woman's taking the spot of Red Velvet until Red Velvet comes back. And then the main event, of course, was the Blood and Guts match. Loved it. Awesome match it was. Very insane. But that was Dynamite tonight. But this Dynamite, very memorable show because of the Blood and Guts match. It's going to be this Dynamite's going to be one of the memorable Dynamite shows. It's going to be remembered for years to come due to the Blood and Guts match. But this was a 10 out of 10 show tonight. Just amazing from beginning to end. And the 2 hours flew by very fast. But I'm not going to talk about the Blood and Guts match because I just did, of course, the live stream of me reacting to the match. So it's 56 minutes long. So check out that if you guys haven't seen it. But let's get started with the review. Dynamite opened up tonight with Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. And this was a fun match. Orange Cassidy, he came out to his new theme song, but it's not entirely new because I heard that he used this theme when he was wrestling in the Indies, and the song was called Jade by Jefferson Starship. I like the song, but Orange Cassidy came out along with Chucky T, Chuck Taylor, and Trent Beretta. And Ethan Page and Dan Lambert came out. Dan Lambert got on the mic. he was trash talking to Orange Cassidy, and Dan Lambert ended up asking the ref to check both Chucky T and Trent to see if both guys have a manager's license to be out at ringside. Chucky T and Trent, they of course did not have a manager's license, so the referee ended up throwing both Chucky T and Trent from ringside, sent them to the back. So it was just Orange Cassidy and Ethan Page one-on-one with Dan Lambert, out there. So Orange Cassidy ended up putting his hands in his pockets. He got slammed down by Ethan Page. Cassidy got back up. He picked up the pace of the match. He delivered a drop kick to Page, and he reversed the hip toss, and he dove to the outside, and he kept his attack on Ethan Page. Cassidy ended up connecting with a crossbody to Ethan Page. Page ended up showing his strength, and he delivered a shoulder tackle to Orange Cassidy, which sent Orange Cassidy flying out of the ring. So, as Orange Cassidy was on the outside, Dan Lambert ended up mocking Orange Cassidy. Dan Lambert ended up doing Orange Cassidy's light kicks. He did that to Orange Cassidy, and the referee did not look at that. The referee was, distracted. Orange Cassidy was back in the ring, and Ethan Page continued to mock Orange Cassidy with some slaps. And then he had a running back elbow to Cassidy. Page then delivered the brainbuster, and he ended up going for the cover, and Cassidy ended up kicking out. Page then tried to go for the Razor's Edge. Orange Cassidy blocked the Razor's Edge by putting his hands in his pockets, and then he countered another attempt to Hurricanrana into the turnbuckles. Dan Lambert got involved. He ended up grabbing Orange Cassidy's boot, which allowed Ethan Page to slap Orange Cassidy and lift Orange Cassidy up from the top turnbuckle, and Page delivered a power slam to Cassidy. Cassidy came back. He kept fighting by hitting the Stun Dog Millionaire on Ethan Page, and then the spinning DDT. Lambert, once again, got involved. He got on the ring apron, and it led to some slaps by Orange Cassidy. And Dan Lambert had orange juice in hand. Orange Cassidy ended up taking the orange juice from Dan Lambert. He drank the orange juice, and he turned around, hit the orange punch to Ethan Page, and then spit the orange juice in Dan Lambert's face. And so it led to Orange Cassidy connecting with a power slam to Ethan Page. He ended up going for the cover. And there you go. Orange Cassidy ended up winning the match. Overall, this was a fun match. And I like Orange Cassidy's song that he came out to. And just overall, Orange Cassidy is fun in the ring. I know a lot of people don't like or don't see anything in Orange Cassidy by his gimmick. But Orange Cassidy is awesome. And the match that he had at Forbidden Door with Will Ospreay, that shut up all the haters, because a lot of people were like, oh, Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy. Oh, Will Ospreay's just going to destroy Orange Cassidy in 10 minutes. Boy, did they shut the haters up. Because that match was one of the best matches on Forbidden Door. That was the best match of the night at Forbidden Door. Overall, this was a fun match. And then we had Christian Cage end up coming out. Tony Schiavone was on the stage, and he introduced Christian Cage. Christian Cage came out, and he ended up saying that he was asked by upper management to apologize for the remarks he made about Jungle Boy last week. Specifically about his father, because, of course, Late great Luke Perry is Jungle Boy's father. But Christian ended up saying that he's never done that throughout his career. He never had to apologize. But Christian ended up saying that he's sorry that Jungle Boy's entire family isn't dead. And so that got a whole lot of boos from Detroit. And Tony Schiavone, his face looked disgusted at what Christian said right there. So Christian ended up saying that they had to watch him. Jungle Boy's entire family had to watch him end Jungle Boy. So Christian ended up saying that everyone other than his mom, who he tells to call him. So Christian ended up running down Detroit and ended up saying that he requested a match, but he didn't say it was for him. So then Luchasaurus ended up making his way out. Luchasaurus came out with the new fire graphic, and he turned heel, and he was wearing all black, black mask, everything black, and he got into the ring, and he took on Serpentico, which before the match got underway, Serpentico was begging Luchasaurus not to, beat him up. So the match got underway, which this was pretty much a squash match. Luchasaurus delivered a headbutt to Serpentico, launched Serpentico across the ring with a suplex. Luchasaurus ended up planting Serpentico face first to the mat. And then Luchasaurus went right into the snare trap, his own version of the snare trap. And Serpentico tapped out. So there you go. Luchasaurus ended up winning the match. Post-match, Christian ended up telling Luchasaurus to attack Serpentico again. To which Luchasaurus does. Luchasaurus got back into the ring and ended up attacking Serpentico. And that was basically that. The Luchasaurus' heel turn, this was great. And Christian's doing an amazing job so far as a heel. I know there's going to be at some point where Luchasaurus is going to remove his mask, just like what Kane did, at the Garden in 2003. Then he chokeslammed Rob Van Dam at the end of that Monday Night Raw. I know that's going to be the same for Luchasaurus. I think, like I said, Luchasaurus is going to, at some point, remove his mask. But it's going to be crazy once Jungle Boy ends up returning and he sees his buddy Luchasaurus, with Christian. And I think we're going to get Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy. So we're going to get that. And then we had Scorpio Sky and Warlord. They were shown backstage. Scorpio Sky ended up reminding Warlord that he laid out him the last time they met. Warlord ended up saying that he's done talking and that he's sick of this. And that he wants Scorpio Sky to bring all of American Top Team because he'll treat them like security, then beat his ass, and take the TNT Championship home. Scorpio Sky ended up saying that since he's so tough, that Warlord's so tough, let's make the match for the title a street fight. So that's when we're going to get next week on Dynamite. It's going to be a street fight, Warlord versus Scorpio Sky, TNT Championship on the line. Are they really going to give the TNT Championship to Warlord? Who knows? Or Scorpio Sky could retain the title. But I'm going with Scorpio Sky, maybe to retain the title. I wouldn't be surprised if Warlord wins it. So it should be a entertaining, good match between Scorpio Sky and Warlord next week. Street fight. And then we had the Gunn Club, Austin and Colton, and Max Caster versus Danhausen, and two partners that of his choosing. And he ended up choosing FTR, so Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler ended up coming out because Danhausen was on the mic. He ended up saying that he found some people who are pretty good at wrestling to partner him, and that was FTR. So of course he had the Gunn Club come out along with Anthony Bowens and Billy Gunn. The match got underway with Austin Gunn and Cash Wheeler. We had Austin Gunn end up getting the best of Cash Wheeler. Cash Wheeler ended up turning around on Austin, and he started spanking Austin Gunn. Dax Harwood came into the ring, started just punching away at Austin Gunn with some chops. Danhausen ended up getting involved, and this allowed Max Caster and the Gunn Club to take advantage. Colton Gunn ended up coming in, but he ended up getting sent flying with a hurricanrana. So he had Max Caster and Austin Gunn ended up getting taken down. So Caster ended up taking in. He continued to stay in control of the match. Danhausen ended up making a tag, and Danhausen was pretty fun here in the match. So we had FTR end up coming in. They end up both hitting German suplexes to Austin and Colton. Danhausen then ended up coming back to the ring, ended up delivering a pump kick to Austin Gunn. And then he looked to put Austin Gunn with the GTS. And Billy Gunn ended up distracting the referee, which allowed Anthony Bowens, yes, Anthony Bowens, ended up getting out of his wheelchair. So Anthony Bowens was fine. Anthony Bowens got out of his wheelchair. He tried to smash Danhausen in the face with his crutch, and he ended up missing and connected the crutch shot to Austin Gunn. So FTR ended up pulling him out. Danhausen ended up picking up the win. And there you go. Danhausen and FTR ended up winning the match. Post-match, we had Austin and Colton and the Acclaimed. They were arguing about the whole situation, with Anthony Bowens, getting up from the wheelchair. So Billy Gunn was pissed. Billy ended up shoving Austin Gunn down to the mat. Yeah, Billy shoved one of his sons down. So with this, is Billy Gunn now going to manage the Acclaimed? Looks to be that way. But who knows? That's how I see where they're going. I think Billy Gunn, is fed up with his sons and just him shoving Austin down. I think Billy Gunn's going to start managing the Gunn Club. I think Austin and Colton are going to be a tag team on their own without their father. So that's how I see it going. That's my prediction. But overall, it was a good match. It was a very fun match. Very fun tag team match. And then we saw Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. They end up appearing. And they challenged Samoa Joe at the upcoming Ring of Honor show. It's going to be on pay-per-view. So they challenged Samoa Joe to a match for the ROH World Television Championship. So there you go. That match is going to be taking place at the next ROH pay-per-view show. And then we had Jade Cargill versus Leila Grey. The TBS Championship was on the line. Jade Cargill ended up coming out along with Kiera Hogan and Stokely Hathaway. So the match started off with Cargill and Leila Grey locking up. Cargill was dominating on Leila Grey, throwing her across the ring. Leila Grey ended up getting a boot up in the corner to Jade Cargill, but Jade Cargill ended up throwing Leila Grey with a fallaway slam. Leila Grey continued to fight back with a running knee in the corner, but she was just thrown down by Jade Cargill. Jade then nailed a pump kick to Leila Grey, and then she ended up going for Jaded. And so Cargill ended up going for the cover, and they go. Jade Cargill end up winning the match, retaining the TBS Championship. Cargill is still undefeated. She's now 34-0. So post-match, Stokely Hathaway got on the mic, and he was looking to talk. Jade Cargill grabbed the mic from him. Cargill ended up saying that she's tired of everyone moaning. And she ended up telling Stokely to get her some real competition. So Stokely Hathaway ended up saying that he knows why Jade is fired up, as she gave the opportunity to the locker room, and only someone who doesn't work here took the chance. He ended up telling Chris Statlander and Athena that they're not overlooked, but the both of them are just lazy. So it led to both Chris Statlander and Athena coming out, and they end up attacking Kiera Hogan and Jade Cargill. However, Leila Grey end up helping both Kiera Hogan and Jade Cargill. So she ended up throwing down Athena from the top turnbuckle, and she just started beating Athena down and Chris Statlander. Leila Grey then tried to shake Stokely Hathaway's hand, but Jade Cargill ended up pushing that away. So, could be Leila Grey, maybe part of the baddies until Red Velvet comes back, because of course Red Velvet is injured. So Stokely Hathaway was like, who's going to be the next baddie? So when he wanted, I guess, the girls to tweet on how they could be, a new baddie. So, but maybe Leila Grey is going to be the next baddie until Red Velvet comes back. Who knows? It looked like that, tonight. But overall, typical Jade Cargill match. Jade Cargill wins. And then we went backstage, and we saw the Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team Champions. They pointed out that nobody is clear to wrestle. They end up claiming that they don't have any friends left, except for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Matt Jackson also said that he heard Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi want a match for the AEW World Tag Team titles, and that they'll have to beat them on Rampage this Friday. So that's the match we're going to see on Rampage this Friday. It's going to be the Bucks versus Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Should be a very good match there. But we all know that the Bucks are going to retain the titles. The Bucks ain't losing the titles, quickly. And then, of course, it was the main event, the Blood and Guts match. Awesome match. Loved it. One of the best main events for pro wrestling this year. Like I said, the visuals were good. The camera work was great. You had, of course, weapons. You had steel chair. You had the table, kendo sticks. You had Moxley just beating his opponents with a fork and making them bleed. You had thumbtacks. They went all out here. And it was better than last year's Blood and Guts match. You also had that great, memorable spot here in the Blood and Guts match where Guevara was thrown off the top of the cage, and he went back first into the table. I think it was the timekeeper's table, and he was taken out of the match there. When it went to commercial, Guevara was just laying there. He wasn't even moving. So that was a great, memorable spot there. Reminded me of when Undertaker threw Mick Foley off the top of the Hell in a Cell at King of the Ring 98. I said it before and I'll say it again. That is my all-time favorite Hell in a Cell match. Undertaker versus Mankind, Mick Foley, Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring 98, my all-time favorite Hell in a Cell match. But this Blood and Guts match, loved it from beginning to end. The crowd really enjoyed it. They were hyped. And overall, awesome match. It was better than last year's Blood and Guts. So, and from what I heard, Santana got injured during the match. So, there was a report saying that Sean Ross Sapp said that Santana got injured after the Blood and Guts match. But check out my live stream of my live reactions of me watching the match, the Blood and Guts match. But loved it. And that was Dynamite tonight. Overall, memorable show because of the Blood and Guts match. And loved it. It was a good 2 hours of great television. But anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's Dynamite. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And I forgot to mention, I like the ending to Blood and Guts where you had, of course, Moxley and you had Will Yuta, Claudio, Eddie Kingston all up there. I thought it ended nicely with that image of those guys up there. And, of course, Kingston, he was disgusted because he wanted to win the match. And, Claudio won it for them. And from what I heard, Kingston and Claudio, they don't get along. So it's gone back to, years. So, yeah, so Claudio and Kingston, they don't get along. But just wanted to, mention that, though. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. And I will see you all Friday for SmackDown and AEW Rampage. So see you then. And bye.